This is the last round that'll ever be fired out of this AK-50. It's kind of a sad thought. What is up? Oh, that was a shitty clap. There we go, much better. What's up, guys? Today we are back in the shop working on the AK-50. Now, what's interesting about this is that following on the heels of the last video, we did get the barrel extension back from heat treat. So now we've got a hard as hell barrel extension that we've pushed already back into the AK-50 video. Now, the lance missed that day, fuck you.
Grease makes things slickery.
And so now we're trying to press the barrel back into the extension. The only issue we're running into is that in order to drill and pin them both together, because we have 2 barrel pins on the AK-50, we have to be able to drill through the brand new, aforementioned, really hard barrel extension. So this is like 50-52 Rockwell. Pretty damn hard compared to the other one, which was like 42 Rockwell. So significantly harder, meaning we may not have the proper bits to get through it right now. So that's being kind of a bitch. So in a perfect world, we can drill all the way through it, pin it together, and then ideally take it out later on today and test fire it again to see, because we never got to see, because of our galling issue, if we finally got the gas system dialed in right. So in a perfect world, get the gun together, the heat treat is perfect, we fire it, it cycles, it ejects, it extracts, the crowd goes wild, and we can move on to magazine feeding. So let's see what happens. So here's where you run into an issue with something called stacking tolerances. So machining tolerances for parts like that barrel extension are about 5/1000ths standard. Well, the only problem is, one of them was, the old one was 5/1000ths, the inside where the barrel goes, was 5/1000ths too big. This one is 5/1000ths too small. And so our barrel is cut for the old barrel extension, not the new one. And so we have one that ends up being like 100th, I think, something like that, too small, really, or too big. So we're cutting it down by about 5/1000ths just to see if it fits in a little better. Because if we take something that's too big and try to press it into, especially our newly really hard barrel extension, you're just gonna, it's either not gonna go in or it's gonna crack the shit out of it, either going in or after a couple rounds under a lot of tension. So we're cutting out just a little bit of material so it's a nice smooth press when it goes in. Alright, tip 2. That is just sexy smooth.
Probably not the best thing to say while I'm down here.
Probably not. At least the camera verifies there's space between us. There's room for Jesus. Get a nice bicep shot in there. Oh, ladies. It takes a lot of hard work to build an AK-50.
Alright, we're getting to the hole.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, buddy.
Over there. Alright, let's fuck it. Don't pin it. Let's just shoot it.
Yeah, that sounds great. Let's do that, Chris. You first.
I'll get behind it.
You get behind. Okay, that sounds good.
It'll be good.
Well, let's give it one more pump, honestly.
Looks like everything lines up.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's throw the barrel. We gotta drill the holes. Throw the bolt back in there and see what happens. Sorry for flagging you with a half-built 50 cal. Oh, that. This is better headspace than the original. So what we just did is we filed down ever so slightly. We don't really want to mess with the headspace at all. The headspace here was a little tight, so it's okay. It actually works a little bit in our favor to file this down a little bit. What we did is we filed down the galling on the back of the bolt. So that's when we were having the heat treat issue before, where the bolt and the barrel extension were too close to each other in heat treat, and so they were really trying to just meld together. So that's why we had to do this whole new barrel extension and everything like that, because that's what was causing failures. So we've got a new barrel extension, got a new heat treat on the barrel extension, and all we had to do is file down the galling on the back of the bolt there. It looks far better than what the original was before we messed with it. Like, you could tell where there was galling in the old bolt, and that's completely gone now. So I think now we got a good shot.
That's vaguely sexual.
Through the extension. Really? I was just cutting the other side of the the receiver to this size. Oh, yeah, that was easy enough. Story of my life, always too short.
So this is going to be one of the most interesting test fires we've ever done, considering it may work perfectly and it may be perfectly gassed, and all the problems are solved, and it also may explode.
Round 1, fight!
You wanted to do it right then.
Round 2, fight!
Ready to test? Cue the Bon Jovi.
Shot to the heart, and you're too late, darling. You give love a bad name.
First test with the new barrel extension. So now we're given the new gas port location and the new smaller gas size the first real test that it's ever had. So hopefully all turns out well. Let's see what happens. It's a great motto for testing, is let's see what happens. AK-50, first round out of the new barrel extension with the new gas port size and location. Test round 1. Fire in the hole! Okay.
It opened.
This is the moment of truth, because now we're going to find out if we're still having a locked up chamber. Because if we have to beat this thing open, that means we didn't fix what we thought was our galling problem. Oof. This is not an awesome sign. Let's see. It's not as locked up tight as it was before. Still not a great sign. No sign of deformation from the extractor though. Silver linings. Let's rip this thing apart.
And the gun didn't blow up, so that's good. That means that the extension is fine, the head spacing is fine. Let me see that casing in the tire pack. I don't see any swelling on it.
Nope.
So,
and honestly, you know, that was easier to pull out of the chamber than the last couple times we shot it. Because before, we were beating the fuck out of it to get it out when the galling got real bad. This one wasn't too terrible.
So, this is a good, it's getting there. It's just one more damn thing to deal with. So, let's go back to the damn shop and figure it out. But it did open.
Yes, it did.
It did open. So,
it didn't. Did it open all the way?
Well, the lug caused it to jam.
So it definitely, well, yeah, so it wouldn't have opened all the way then. Because if it had opened all the way, it wouldn't have needed to rotate anymore on the lug.
Right. Damn, this thing is fucking huge.
Giggity. Yeah, you see where it's real chewed up. We're having the same galling issues that we had on the back of the bolt, between the back of the bolt and the extension, on the camming lug and the camming groove in the bolt carrier. That's because they're the same hardness, which is the same problem we ran into on the bolt and on the bolt and the barrel extension. So it means in production, we knew this already of course, but it's just manifesting. In production, they're gonna have to be 2 different hardnesses. So just kind of is what it is. It sucks right now, it's inconvenient. We're just trying to get this thing to limp across the finish line so we can get the V3 out and implement all the changes that we know we have to make. It's just inconvenient for testing because we can't get the data that we need until we at least have a temporary solution to these problems. Found yourself a seat. Alright, so we smoothed it out to the best of our ability. We're going to give it another shot. So, same gas port size, same new barrel extension, same everything, but take 2. So, cue the Bon Jovi again.
Shot to the heart, and you're too late, darling. You give love a bad name.
ready to test. So if this doesn't work out, we're actually going to have to take this back into the shop and try to completely polish these out and completely get rid of that galling as best we can. And if that doesn't work, then we may actually have to send one of these parts back in for heat treat and get it done harder. So,
Or make another part.
Or make another part. All of those things I'd love to avoid, so if this works, this would be a huge plus. But we'll see what happens. So, test round number 2. At least we know it won't explode. AK-50, test round number 2. See if it cycles. Let's see how stuck she is. I didn't have to beat it open that time, but
It's the camming groove, camming lug, everything.
this isn't ideal.
All right, well.
Let's take her back to the shop. That right there is magazine shims. So basically we have a little bit too much space in the magazine. That was because we purposely over milled it. So we had a little bit of play back and forth so we could kind of shim it a couple different ways and figure out where we needed the magazine to sit. So now we forgot the magazine shims back at the shop, so we are improvising. Made some little plastic shims and now we're shimming it from the rear to put it forward, because that's the magazine angle that we think we need to make it feed. Science.
Man, I hope it fucking works this time.
Yeah, that galling issue is just like the bad bitch that won't go away. Basically what we ended up doing is welding up a little bit of the camming lug and trying to smooth it out the best we can, get rid of that galling issue just enough that it's going to function so we can get essential test data out of this V1 before we can commission the V3. The primary thing we want to check is A, we finally got our gas port location and size just about right, and 2, if we can figure out magazine feed angles the way we've been trying to, which I think we're close. So we're going to test both of those today. Let's see if it feeds from the magazine. And it fed. Let's shoot this motherfucker. This is for all the fucking marbles. Firing in 3, 2, 1. Damn it. It was still tight.
You know what?
What's that?
Let's just screw it in. If we put more gas to it, it may be enough to actually cycle it.
Real fucking annoying. Oh well. Fuck this galling issue. If we could just get it to fire, fucking feed, fire again. Fuck it. We can fix the heat treat in the V3. There you go. She's turning.
Take a
All
while.
sports
You got a long
Our
round?
games, but not
are
all
games,
sports.
but not all games are sports.
What's cheerleading? Is that either of them?
That is a game.
That's cheerleading's a game?
Yes. Because you don't have to have another person there to do it. The purpose of it being a sport is
So sex is a sport.
Competitive game. Actually,
No, sex is a game.
sex is a game. You don't have to have another person to do it. You don't understand. I have an older son who has played golf in school, and we have had these debates about golf being a sport, and I say no, it's not a sport, dude. So I have had to come up with a real legitimate reason as to why.
All right, take 2. Let's see it feed from a magazine again. At least that'll make us feel better, right?
Yeah.
You anyway.
Haters say it's Photoshop. I hope it goes the good kind of boom, you know? 3, 2, 1. Fuck. Damn it.
It didn't
Oh, by the way, we almost nailed the fuck out of that steel target, by the way.
Uh-huh.
That was about 3 seconds from being a bad day for everybody.
You understand if we put this roller in here and it doesn't work, I mean, we're done with this gun.
At this point, we're done with this gun anyway, though.
All right. Well, let's get it back to the shop.
Supremely disappointing, though. And we had it fucking... it's because we had it feeding in the shop. That's what pisses me off, is we had it fucking cycling rounds.
Still fed.
What's that?
It's still fed.
Oh, and I know, and it fed here, but I mean,
Which is something that it has never, ever done.
I wanted people to be able to see it firing around, spitting that round out.
Man,
firing
I'm
it.
right there along with you. It's disappointing. It is.
If we had the data that we have now, we could have done that.
Yeah.
Because we wore this gun out way too quick, fucking up a lot of shit. But it's shit we needed to know. There's no way around it, so. I've got to destroy that steel target now. I really do. I gotta shoot it.
You're not gonna shoot it with a 50, are you? I want to go on this level here.
Last time I did that, I chipped my clavicle.
Oh, never mind then.
There she goes. You guys ready? 3, 2, 1. Holy shit. That is a solid fucking hole. You can see where I went right through that target and straight into the mound behind it. I feel pretty good about this. Considering this is the first ever prototype, we got real fucking far. Got the first 4 Falcon rockets from SpaceX. First, I think, what was it? The first 3 of them blew up. So, in that sense, we're 3 prototypes ahead.
Yeah, that's true.
This one didn't blow up at all.
But if you sit and take into consideration the alterations that we've done to this one prototype, we've actually done 3 prototypes.
Yeah, well that makes us smart.
Yeah, I mean, we've just been able to make what we have work differently.
Yep, and the product of all those alterations is going to be the V3. So we got back from the shop earlier today. We drilled the new gas port hole. So basically what we're trying to do is, this is entirely for us at this point. We know that the V1 is pretty much dead at this point. She's been a lot of fun, I will say. We've learned a lot. This is the same prototype that we fired the first round out of. The no gas, just to test to see if the locking lugs wouldn't explode. We did that, I think, in late April of last year, so 2017. All the way to gassing it, to working on the cycling, the extracting, the ejecting. We have done so much to this gun, and we've gotten so much valuable data out of this gun. She has just been a real trooper. Got a real emotional attachment to this gun. I'm not even lying. So this is kind of sad to know that after today, she probably won't have any more rounds out of her. She's going to be a wall hanger at the office, you know. The AK-50 is probably, this one, V1, is only going to have 2 more rounds shot out of it in her lifetime. So that's kind of sad. She's loaded. Let's put her in a position. Gotta be real fucking careful with that trigger discipline now, I'll tell you that. No safety on it, so it's like, got that light-ass CNC trigger on it, so, I mean, you gotta be pretty fucking careful. Alright, this is the last test of the AK-50 V1, most likely. Firing in 3, 2, 1. Yeah. I didn't think it would help, but it was worth a shot. We got 1 more round with it, so. This is the last round that'll ever be fired out of this AK-50. It's kind of a sad thought. Let's give her a good send-off and punch the shit out of that steel target again. This is actually going to be more recoil than firing it with it actually cycling, because the cycling delays quite a bit. It unlocks the bolt, pushes the bolt carrier to the rear, and it delays some of the push. So it's the same amount of energy coming back, but it delays it over time. It's kind of like the same reason a 50 caliber flintlock musket or something like that doesn't seem to push as hard, as the black powder doesn't really explode as fast, and so it's more of a gentle push, even though it's a pretty damn heavy round. So this is not going to unlock at all, so it's basically going to be like shooting a bolt action, which, you know, a lot more recoil. So thought I'd point that out. But this is going to be the last round fired out of the AK-50 V1. for a proper send-off. Oh yeah, we nailed the fuck out of that steel. That's probably the most annoying part, is that it's only under heat and pressure. She actually works fine. She works fucking fine by hand. That's just irritating. So, I guess that's it for the V1. It's kind of disappointing. The analogy that I used around the shop was basically there was so much that was wrong with this in the beginning, so much that we needed to change and tweak and alter between the gas port location, the gas port size, our free play in the bolt, just so many things that were so out of whack that we were slowly altering and adjusting and kind of tuning to where it needs to be. It's kind of like running your car for the first 1,000 miles with 0 oil. You know, it's not really fair to the gun because we had to abuse it so much, but there's no book on this stuff. You know, we had no idea what our gas port size and location had to be. I'd never built a 50 cal before. This is just so much was so new, and this was our little tester gun to learn where we needed to be on this stuff. So to the analogy that, you know, running your car for the first 1,000 miles with no oil, even after you put oil in the car after that and you fix it, it's still gonna run like shit and it's gonna die a lot quicker than had you done it right the first time around. So that's why this thing didn't put up so long. We've made a lot of changes. We've really have learned so much from this gun, it's not even funny. So on the V3, when that gets made, we've got the heat treat right out of the gate. We've got a lot of adjustments. This one's gonna have it's gonna have our KOP style dust cover and everything, a whole different receiver system. Stock's gonna be a lot higher. We're gonna have our entire handgun rail. Man, there's just so much on this V3 that is so different. It's gonna have so many new features and it's just gonna look so much sexier. I cannot wait to show you guys. So basically we're going to take all the data from this, we're gonna finish up, you know, all the extractor CAD and things like that, put it into the final version of the V3, and we're gonna have it machined probably mid to late next week. We're gonna go ahead and start on that. So guys, when I say that the AK-50 is dead, I do not mean the project. I mean this one particular right here. And she's a pretty great functioning single shot rifle at this point, unfortunately, but man, we have learned so much from it, and so much of the data we gathered from this is going to be so critical and was so instrumental in figuring out where we needed to go with the V3 and beyond. And I just realized I'm probably talking really loud because my ear pro is still in. But yeah, guys, I'm really excited for the future of this project. Things are looking really good. We already have plans for production. We already have plans for our new price point, by the way. I don't know if I've ever said in the video, but the new price point of $49.95 retail. That's insane. We never thought it was going to be possible, but we are now coming out with a semi-auto 50 cal under the price point of $5 grand. So that's kind of really blown me away, and I really think that we're going to have a good go at this when it reaches production. So guys, the future of this project is looking brighter now than it ever has at any point before. So don't think that we're discouraged. Don't think that the team is discouraged. We knew this was going to happen on our first tester gun, and guys, I can't be more excited for the future of this. So I can't wait to show you guys what we've been working on with the V3 and all the different features. And I'm not sure if I want to do that in the computer yet, because I don't know if I want to spoil it for you guys, because I almost want to wait until we have it here in person, so that when we put it together, I can show you guys all together, you know, all the different things that we've done to it and how much better it's going to look. So tell me in the comments, do you want to see it in the computer? Can you just not wait? Are you like the kid that tries to go in the closet and find the Christmas presents before Christmas morning, or do you want to wait and see it together and not spoil the surprise? So I'll let you guys vote on that in the comments. But yeah, it's been a crazy video. This video's probably been all over the place. So guys, I appreciate you following the project. I appreciate all of your kind words. I can't tell you how many people have reached out to me personally, and you know, have just really said really positive things about the project, and they really, I read those comments out loud to a lot of the guys in the shop and stuff like that as we get them, and it's just really good for morale. So thank you guys so much for following along. Thank you for the encouragement, and I cannot wait to show you guys all the new stuff we're doing to it. So thank you, and we'll see you in the next update. Actually, you know what? I just thought of something cool for the diehards out there that have watched this video to the end. You got to be following the project pretty closely if you're watching to the end of one of these videos. So if you want, what's the code word we should say in the comments? Basically, what I want to do is I want to give these two away. Your own little piece of AK-50 history. The last 2 rounds to be fired from the V1 prototype. So I think that's kind of cool. It's one of those things you can kind of just hang on your desk. A, it's a 50 cal casing, and that's pretty damn cool. But B, the last rounds to be fired out of the AK-50 V1. That's got to be worth something, right? So, orange whip, yeah, why not? Danny Cashman will know why. But yeah, if you guys leave the code word orange whip, and don't just say orange whip, like, form it into a sentence somehow to where people don't really get it if they haven't watched to the end, so they'll just be like, what the fuck is up with orange whip shit? But alright, so I'll ship these out to you guys. So again, thank you guys so much, and I'm looking forward to seeing your comments.